And as I said, okay, he was the quarterback last year. He is probably the best athlete on the field. Find a way to get him the ball.
That's what they did. They actually threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent downfield blocking. And Youngers turned on the jets. He showed the speed that he has and was able to run away from the Scots. So that puts the score back within a touchdown.
The Eagles having issues getting the right team to the point after attempt.
I wouldn't think there'd be any discussion about going for two. You'd want to go ahead and go for one here. No, they're going for two. So they're going for the 2 points.
Mills under center. And Mills will keep it, pitches back, and they'll be stopped. The pitch deep to Oleon Underwood. Underwood tried to turn the corner, couldn't get headed in that direction, and he'll be stopped. 8:44 to play in the first half. Our score, it is Vincent 12, Southwest 6.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hiles and El Centro.
Flores to kick off. It'll be a short kick, fielded at the 15, out to the 20, across the 25 to the 30, 32-yard line. On the return, Patricio Carranza.
And if it seems like, Carroll, we're calling the same numbers on most plays, that's because we are. This is what Coach Wong does. He finds his athletes, his best players, and he gets them the ball.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Scots. Elias will bring them out. Empty backfield right now. Wide right. 2 wide left. Empty backfield. Elias looks, steps up in the pocket, hit from behind, gets away from that one. Pumps, stays on his feet, crosses the 35, the 40, gets a block across the midfield stripe, caught from behind and breaks another tackle, will go all the way down to the 38-yard line. What a run, John.
It's hard to even recount. He broke about 7 tackles, it seemed like, especially right at the point of attack. It looked like they had him for a sack. And all of a sudden, he just bounced out of the pile and took it off upfield, across midfield, all the way to the 38.
Jacobo Elias carries the ball down to the 38-yard line in Southwest Eagle territory. He's got a 12-6 lead.
And when you see something like that, you wonder why they even throw the football. Just hike at him and let him run around.
Just to keep it interesting. Coach Wong always wants to keep it interesting.
Carranza is the back behind or next to Elias on this particular formation.
Snap back, dumps it off, and it is almost picked off as the ball underthrown. Jonah Estrada almost got it. We got to give some props to Andre Camacho, Carlos Valdez, Gustavo Leon. That's left to right, the guards. The tackles, Gabriel Duarte and Claudio Martinez for the Scots. And did we take a timeout? Well,
yes, timeout was called. The Scots did take a timeout.
Okay.
Although now it appears that they've changed. Referee Jackson is telling the Eagles to get off the field. So I'm not exactly sure. I did see the referee do the timeout motion. He pointed to the Scots, but perhaps the Scots said something was lost in translation. They didn't take the timeout.
Yeah, we didn't call a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 10. Carranza in the backfield with Elias. Looking, dumps it off, tipped, intercepted. A tip to himself and the interception by the Eagles, and I believe that was Humberto Rascon.
Yeah, we don't have a name for the number, Carroll. Let's take a look. It's number 76. Yes, that is Enrique Torregora.
Okay.
He just knocked the ball up in the air and then was able to intercept it. First turnover of the evening.
It'll be 1st and 10 Eagles. They have the ball on their own 45-yard line. Big play.
Right now, the Eagles are a touchdown and a conversion away from taking the lead.
Cole Redden wide on the left side. And that's blown dead as there were about 18 Eagles moving at the time.
Again, I want to give props to Enrique Torregrosa. That was an excellent play. That's one you see as they're calling this one against the Scots.
The Eagles were moving because the Scots encroached. So it'll be 1st and 5, spotted right on the midfield stripe.
We did mention, Carroll, that coming into this game, Elias has thrown 6 interceptions, so now that's up to 7.
Youngers go. You got 2 guys in motion. Somebody better get set. Now we've got everybody set. Handoff. It is deep in the backfield, and there is nothing there for Matai Cervantes.
Yeah, that play looked like it's just, it was kind of messed up from the get-go. You had 2 players in motion. They both got set. Then Youngers went in motion again, and they tried to hand the ball off to Cervantes behind that motion, and Scott had already broken through the line and ends up with a 2-yard loss.
It'll be 2nd and 7. Mills from the shotgun. Looks, fires, complete in the flat. The pass completed to Andres Lopez.
Yeah, that's going to cross midfield. They marked it on the 48 for a 4-yard gain.
3rd and 3
Mills,
in Scott territory.
Mills is 3 for 4 on the night, but of course that big one was a 67-yard pitch and catch to Logan Youngers.
5:50 to play in the first half. It is Vincent 12, Southwest 6. Red and white on the left. Andres Lopez in the slot left. Youngers in the slot right. Now goes in motion to flood the left side. Mills looking, chased out of the pocket, steps up, fires downfield, and it is caught. Great catch by Cole Redden. Redden went up and brought it down, and Mills, under pressure, got it off.
That is the second first down of the evening. The first one was on the previous possession when the Eagles was able to run that play and score a touchdown.
It is 1st and 10, spotted on the Scots 21-yard line. Handoff Matai Cervantes. Cervantes bounces off one would-be tackler. It spins and picks up some yardage before he is finally brought down on the tackle.
Best gain of the night for Cervantes as he pushes the pack out 4 yards to bring up 2nd and 6.
And no huddle, handoff. It is a handoff to Olin Underwood, and he'll pick up about 6. Should be just about a yard shy of the first down. Now there's timeout on the field. We'll take timeout. 4:31 to play in the first half. Our score is Vincent 12, Southwest 6.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up. Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
It is 12-6. Vincent leads Southwest. 4:31 to play in the first half. Southwest has the ball, 1st and 10.
And
on the Scott's 11-yard line.
They are threatening to score here.
Full house backfield. Mills drops back with protection, fires into the end zone, and it is caught, and it is a touchdown. Nice throw. Great catch. Lillian with the catch in double coverage. Goes up, comes down with the ball. And at this point, we are tied. If we have our first successful point after attempt, the Eagles can take a lead.
And it looks like they are going to do the traditional kick, hold the ball from placement and kick it.
Jonah Estrada will try the point after. Snap is back. Good snap. Kick is up. Kick is blocked. And the ball is dead. 4:26 to play in the first half. It is knotted at 12.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro. Or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
And it's high school football on the KXO YouTube channel. The Eagles are set to kick off. And another relatively short kick fielded out at the 18, across the 20 to the 25. Some running room. Turns it upfield across the 30, 35 out to the 39-yard line. For the Scots on the return, it was Roberto Carranza.
And on that return, we can see why he gets a lot of playing time in the backfield. He was able to make several would-be tacklers miss. Excellent field position to start this drive. First time knotted up since the opening kickoff.
It is 1st and 10. Spotted on the Scots 39-yard line. Snap back. Fake the handoff, and keeping the ball is Elias, and he is thrown down as a nice tackle. Grabbed him and dropped him on the tackle for the Eagles. Domingo Alcaraz.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a read option where he either gives it to Carranza or keeps it and takes it. And I think he misread the crashing defensive end who was right there on the hole.
2nd and 8. So he did get some positive yardage. Back to pass. Looking, Elias fires deep downfield, has a man open, and it's overthrown. There is contact, but no flag. So the incomplete pass. Elias kind of unwound on that one and tossed it about 45 yards downfield.
Yeah, a lot of contact where at the high school level, you don't ever call the pass uncatchable. If there's a violation, you have to call it. And that's the officials that time felt that there wasn't a violation, so that brings up now 3rd and long.
3rd and 8. Elias rolling to his left, looking downfield, fires. It is incomplete. The pass intended for Oscar Garza goes incomplete.
In and out of his hand. That ball was right on the money, and that will bring up what looks like our first punt of the evening from the Scots.
It'll be 4th and 8. Scots send in their punter, and, no, it's not Elias. It's Jose Quintana.
Now, Elias will punt, but they also do use Quintana. Sometimes Quintana will kick off. He actually has one kickoff on the year. So it's not totally out of the ordinary.
Julian Lopez deep to receive. High snap, gets it away. The left-footed punt will bounce at the 40, take a Scots bounce, go inside the 30, be down at the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles on their own 28-yard line.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
But, John, so far, I have not been disappointed. We've seen two pretty good teams, evenly matched, and that shows on the scoreboard it's 12-12.
Yes, Southwest started out a little bit trailing, but now they've got some momentum going.
Mills steps up in the pocket, fires deep downfield, and overthrows Lillian, the intended receiver. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Down to a little bit over 3 minutes to play in the first half. We are live on our YouTube channel, and at the conclusion of the NFL Thursday Night Football game, we will be live on AM 1230.
And I believe that game, meaning the NFL game, is nearing its conclusion.
Well, it's in the fourth quarter, which means it'll take an hour and a half to play.
Back in the spread formation once again is Mills.
Mills from the shotgun. Takes the snap. Here come the Scots. He dumps off a screen to Youngers. Youngers breaks the tackle. He's going to go all the way again. He's at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! Logan Youngers.
That is his second touchdown of the
That would be a 72-yarder, John.
Two plays. The first pass was incomplete. 72-yard touchdown.
John, do you remember what I said about why Youngers is not under quarterback and is out where they can utilize him?
Now we have the always interesting PAT, so we'll see if they go from scrimmage or if they try to kick this one.
We've had 4 attempts, and all of them failed miserably. The Eagles will go for a 2-point conversion, and it is
good. They ran it across with Matai Cervantes.
Cervantes will take it in. We finally have a successful completion. 2:53 to play in the first half. It is Southwest 20 and Vincent 12.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Howell in El Centro.
72-yard touchdown strike from Matt Mills to Logan Youngers. A 2-point conversion gives the Eagles their first lead, 20-12. And that was set up by good defense on the Eagles' part. And a relatively short kick again, fielded at the 15, out to the 20, 25, and not a whole lot more as Roberto Carranza on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Scots, spotted on the 26-yard line.
And Carroll Southwest will receive the second half kick. So if they can put a stop up here, not only will they go into the locker room leading, but they will come out with the football.
Scots break the huddle. Roberto Cervantes lines up in the slot with an empty backfield. Snap is back. Elias with time fires and goes incomplete. It was intended for Oscar Garza. Had it been there, Garza would still be running, John.
Yes, it was a well defended. The defensive player was right there. The ball was thrown a little bit too hard, too high. But we've got a tale of two quarterbacks. On the one side, Matt Mills, he's not pitching a perfect game, but he is 7 for 8. On the other side, Elias, as a quarterback, is 5 for 14.
2nd and 10. Eagles go with a prevent defense. Rolling to his right is Elias, fires, and it is caught. Making the catch on his knees was Miguel Ruiz, a senior. The Eagles basically with 5 defensive backs.
And Miguel Ruiz has 4 receptions on the evening.
Elias looking, has some time, fires, again, has the guy open. Coverage was downfield.
So that was Garza, who was on the receiving end, was not able to bring that ball in.
Serrano on the coverage. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops, maybe. 2:22 to play in the first half. Now the Eagles with 6 defensive backs right now, John.
Expecting a pass, and we'll see if Jacobo Elias decides to take off and run with it.
Elias dumps off a little screen. It is complete, and it is Carranza. And Carranza will only be able to get about a yard out of that. Andre Camacho was in front blocking, but it was only Camacho, and there were 3 Eagles there. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9.
That was just a little bit too much time in developing. By the time they actually got the ball to Carranza, there was too many Eagles around him for him to have much of a chance.
It is 3rd and 9. Carranza in the backfield with Elias. Snap back, rolling to his right. Looking, turning it upfield, spinning, and Elias will be pounded down after the gain of about 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th down and 7. The Scots come out with their punt team.
Yeah, you'd expect them to kick this away and then try to go into the half, as now we're going to get a timeout by the Eagles.
Eagles take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. 1:10 to play in the first half. It is Southwest 20 and Vincent 12.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
It's high school football on KXO, our YouTube channel right now. Southwest leads 20-12. The Scots on a 4th and 7 will punt. Snap back, kick is away under a big rush. Ball will bounce at the 30 and be down at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles coming up on their own 29-yard line.
K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. K Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. K Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Matt Mills brings the Eagles out, showing the shotgun again. Mills in the pocket, steps up, fires downfield, and it'll go incomplete. As the pass intended for Lillian, the Eagle defender shaken up on the play. That would be Esteban Turner.
Yeah, Turner played that perfectly. He was in between the receiver and the ball, and if anyone was going to catch it, it was going to be Turner. And he's leaving the field, but under his own power, jogging off now.
It almost looked like he got a finger in the eye or something.
Let's see if Southwest goes to that play that they put in the end zone twice, which is that little screen pass. You throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and then let Youngers outrun everybody into the end zone. They've done it twice. It's been successful twice.
It'll be 2nd and 10. The ball is on the Eagles' 29-yard line. Matt Mills, the quarterback. Ty Cervantes is right next to him. Dropping back, chased out of the pocket. Mills will tuck it under his arm and slide after he picks up about 7.
That will keep the clock moving, as now Southwest is going to exercise their last timeout.
And we'll take the timeout. 47 seconds to play. 20-12, Southwest leads Vincent.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
The Central Union High School District says, Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
Third and about 3, dumping it off in the flat. Lillian with the catch. Lillian breaks a tackle, breaks another one, stays on his feet, continues to roll across the 50 to the 45 to the 40-yard line before he is brought down from behind. Lillian with a tough catch and great yardage. And coming up from behind, Pablo Zavala with the tackle. Zavala shaken up after that tackle.
24-yard pitch and catch. As Lillian now, we do have the clock stop as the teams are coming off to the sidelines.
And there is timeout on the field. 35 seconds to play in the half. And it is still 20-12.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Good game, John. Coming up at the half, we'll be talking to Southwest Athletic Director Ruben Valenzuela. Get an idea what's going on around the campus. It is Eagles ball, 1st and 10 on the Scots 39-yard line after that ramble by William Lillian. Mills has some time. There's a flag. Pass thrown deep downfield and incomplete.
Yeah, actually, it's intercepted, Carroll, so probably this is going to be a hold. The Scots will deny it and go ahead and take the football. It is deep near the goal line.
Well, okay, he did say he did intercept it. Initially, he waved it off.
Andres Lopez, I believe, was the man that brought that football in.
Yeah, initially he waved it off as no catch, but then signals it is an interception. So the Scots will take over. They decline the holding call. 31 seconds to play. The Scots take over 1st and 10 on their own 4-yard line.
And let's give credit to Olean Underwood. He was the one that made that interception.
The Scots with Elias in the end zone, pumps once, fires deep. He's got a man open, catches it in stride. He's across the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. I don't see any flags. Completed to Miguel Ruiz. 96-yard scoring strike to Miguel Ruiz.
Can't close your eyes in this game or you're going to miss a touchdown. 96 big yards picked up. That is Reese's 4th catch of the half.
The Scots move out ahead. They will try a point after attempt. We've had one successful point after attempt and a 2-point conversion. The officials are calling a timeout. Scots will take a timeout, and so will we. There is 21 seconds to play right now. It is 2018. The Eagles lead the Scots.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Coming up at half, as if there isn't any, enough excitement, we'll be visiting with Ruben Valenzuela and get an idea of what's happening around campus in the athletic department. Again, point after attempt. Always interesting.
And this will be to tie the game, as right now the Scots do trail by 2. They have not converted a PAT yet. And the Eagles just converted their first one on their third attempt.
It'll be Jacobo Elias from the shotgun.
Carranza flanks him.
Carranza right next to him. Pump fake, fires into the end zone. It is good for the 2-point conversion. Pass completed to Oscar Garza. Garza's had a pretty good first half. So we're getting ready for a kickoff. 18 seconds to play. The score tied again. 2020.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
And here's the kickoff. It will be fielded at about the 6-yard line, out across the 20, looking for some running room, and getting it across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Flags fly in well behind the play, and then another flag well after the play. And I believe it was William Lillian on the return, John.
Usually when you see this, it's some kind of unsportsmanlike call, as there was several flags, and then long after the 2 flags were thrown, there was another one tossed up in the air right by the sidelines, the bench of the Scots. That time kicking was the quarterback for the Scots, and Jacobo Elias. He kicked it, and then he just stood on the 50-yard line and waited for everything to happen. And while all the stuff was going on around the 30-yard line, as we're trying to get it figured out.
J.J. Jackson will tell us.
Although not like up at Ramona, where we could actually hear the referee, who was mic'd up.
And
have a break here, Carol. I wanted to ask you, should I write down the fact that PAT conversion for 2 actually took 3 seconds to complete?
Personal foul, Eagles, personal foul, Scots. It'll be 1st and 10. Eagles spotted on the 32-yard line, the Eagle 32. So somebody did something, somebody retaliated, and
as far as we know,
nothing happened.
No players were ejected, and so now let's see if Southwest takes a knee here or if they run something. I try that flanker screen that they've been so successful with.
9 seconds to play. Lillian goes in motion, and reverse. It goes from Lillian to Youngers. Youngers puts a move on, crosses the 40 out to the 45-yard line and goes out of bounds, but that's the end of the first half. At the end of the first half of play, the score, it is Southwest 20, Vincent 20.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
We are at the half. Southwest Eagles hosting the Vincent Memorial Scots, and Ruben Valenzuela, the athletic director for the Southwest High School Eagles. Pretty good first half here, isn't it?
What'd you think? It was a great first half. Back and forth. It's good to see our boys playing hard, and we got great competition on the other side.
It is, particularly when you look at what it was last year,
right,
and what it is this year, and it's fun to watch. This is one of those games that it's just flat out fun.
It is, and to see these boys grow from over the summer through Hell Week, through these first 3 games, and to see the difference compared to years past, it's been great, Carroll. And our boys are working hard, and they know how proud I am of their efforts.
Well, what we have seen, we saw them first game of the year,
right,
against Holtville. Saw issues,
right? Sure.
And first game of the year. When you look at where are they as the season goes on, Coach Blinko's got to be smiling. I know you're smiling, and the fans are smiling, and they're even on a Thursday night, they're here.
They're here, and it's great to see. And the thing is and the reason is because of how those boys have bought into what our new coaching staff is bringing to the table. They know that where we were last year and the previous years, and that's at the bottom. And they knew that it was going to take a little while to pick things up. And to see where they are today compared to even, like you said, week 1 when we played Holtville, what a change. And we're climbing that mountain, Carroll. We're climbing that mountain.
Well, you can see it in the kids. High school football, high school sports are supposed to be fun.
Right.
And, I officiate. And one of the things I always talk to kids about is, are we having fun?
Right.
And if you're not having fun, don't be here. You're out here just to have fun and win. And these guys are showing it. And what I find incredible is it's the nucleus of last year's team.
Yeah, it is.
And, which sometimes it takes a while, a year or 2, to get a team to buy in.
Right.
And they bought in from the get-go.
And that's what's great about our situation at this point is that they bought into what this coaching staff is bringing. And one of them was work ethic. A really big part of that was work ethic. And these kids have bought into what Coach Blinko and his staff, don't get me wrong, some of those assistant coaches were on our staff last year.
Right.
And, but with what Pete has brought and what he is trying to teach these boys, they're buying in. And it's so much fun to see that when adversity has been thrown at us, in the past we used to go this direction, down. And now when adversity is thrown at them, they continue to fight, Carroll.
Oh, yeah.
And that right there really means a lot because these kids are working so hard. Yeah. So hard.
Well, we just switched to we're now live on AM 1230. The NFL game is ended. And it was nowhere near as exciting as what we've got. Okay, Ruben. Football is just one of the many things going on.
Yeah.
How about flag football?
Oh, that has been, like you talked about, fun. It has been so much fun to watch our young ladies. We've had 3 home games here. We've had Holtville, we've had Brawley, we've had Imperial, and we have people coming out to watch. And our girls are working just as hard. Hats off to our new football coaches, if you will, Coach Cordias and the Dueñas father and son combo there. They're doing a fabulous job with our girls, and our girls are fighting hard. It is so exciting. This is one sport that I am so glad we brought into CIF. So glad.
It's not powder puff football.
No, it's not.
And
not even close.
You know, and some people probably have it in their mind, powder puff football. No,
this is real competitive flag football.
And everybody is eligible.
Everybody is eligible. I see it. Imperial was throwing passes to their center last night again.
Why not?
Why not? So it is so much fun to watch. It's been a learning experience because it's new, even for the officials, as well as our coaches, as well as our players. It's totally different, but everybody's learning. Everybody's having a blast. And CIF did just announce last week that we will have CIF playoffs for girls flag football. We will have a Division I and a Division II CIF champion in November.
We are going to broadcast one of the flag football games as soon as things settle down a little bit, okay. and we're going to pick one. And to me, Central Southwest would be a great one to do.
Awesome. We're going to meet 2 more times.
You know how that's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it isn't powder puff. This is serious.
Oh, yeah. No. Our young ladies take it so seriously. They take it so seriously. Yeah. They're out there at practice every day, sweating up a storm, but they're learning, and they're getting better each day. And like I said, if anybody wants to come out and watch a new sport, come out and watch flag football, because these young ladies all over the valley, 7 of the 9 schools in our conference have girls flag football teams. And every single one of them are giving their hearts to it, and it's so much fun. You see that yellow line out there?
Oh, yeah.
That goal line? That's their field right there.
Right. What other sports are underway right now?
So, of course, girls golf. Their league is getting started. Girls tennis. We've been traveling over the hill. We can't get those San Diego schools to come down here and play tennis at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, but they're willing to host us. So our girls have been traveling to San Diego a bit. Girls volleyball is off and running cross country. We got our first league meet out at Sunbeam Lake coming up in a couple weeks. And so they're all off and running. And that's the fall sports all over the valley.
Okay. I usually ask, what adjustments are you going to make during halftime?
Right.
I don't see too many things to adjust. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what we're doing, but we got to cover those long passes. That's one thing for sure, is that we can't let them beat us deep. And I think if I know Blinko, he's making that adjustment right now. And hopefully we take that away and we keep doing what we're doing. Hopefully we pull out a win tonight.
Now, let me back up a little bit. The coaching tree with Pete Blinko would be Mike Swearingen at Imperial.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I could see that. He's got a little bit of Mike in him.
A little bit of old school.
Yeah, a little bit old school, yeah. And, and that's the thing, his experience with, playing under Mike at Imperial when he did, going up to North Dakota, he's brought a lot of different philosophies to create his own, and like I said, the boys are buying in. And we're starting to climb that mountain, and our fans and our community and our school can't be more excited.
Okay. Ruben, we appreciate the visit. I owe you a root beer.
You owe me a root beer, Carroll.
And
I'm going to make sure you pay up.
Before the game started, I actually ran home.
Did you?
My wife drank it, so
darn it.
we'll blame
Well,
Pam.
Yeah, okay.
But you a root beer, and we'll go that way. But we appreciate the visit, and keep calm during the second half.
If we're scoring, it's going to be kind of hard, Carroll. Thank you so much for having me, my friend. I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure, Ruben. And coming up, John Driffill will have the numbers for us as our halftime continues.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hiles in El Centro.
Okay, John, we got some big numbers, don't we?
Yes, it's an outstanding first half. We see back and forth, and on the scoreboard, a 20-20 tie. Let's take a look at Vincent Memorial. Only 11 rushes from the line of scrimmage, but they did pick up 74 yards. 8 for 18 passes for 239 yards, giving Vincent an eye-popping 313 total yards. 9 first downs. There was the one pass that was intercepted by the defensive lineman, Enrique Torregrosa, who was able to bat the ball in the air and then bring it down for an interception that set up a touchdown drive by these Eagles. We mentioned 9 first downs, no fumbles, the one interception. Let's take a look at individually how the Scots did all of this. First, running the ball from scrimmage. They had the halfback, Roberto Carranza, 5 carries for 12 yards. Their quarterback, Jacobo Elias, very elusive and dangerous in the open field. 5 carries, 52 yards. And picking up 10 yards on 1 carry was Joel Cervantes. The 8 receptions were spread out among 3 different players. We had Oscar Garcia with 2 big catches for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also with 4 catches, Miguel Reese for 141 yards and that 96-yard touchdown reception. And also getting a catch or 2 in the first half was Roberto Carranza, 2 catches for 22 yards. We'll be back with taking a look at what Southwest did after this.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
We are at Southwest High School. We're at the half. The Southwest Eagles are tied with the visiting Vincent Memorial Scots down from Calexico. We mentioned that the Scots ran for 74 yards. The Eagles only ran for 26. That was broken down. 6 carries by the workhorse Manti Cervantes for 9 yards. Logan Youngers had 1 run for 13 yards. Also getting 2 carries on the evening, but one was really a sack. Matthew Mills, sacked once, 1 carry, ended up with a -2. And getting a carry right near the end of the half was Olean Underwood for 6 yards. 7 for 10 was Mills on the half for a big 206 yards, giving the Eagles 232 total yards. And those 7 receptions were spread out among 4 different receivers. First, as always, we had William Lillian. He was able to get 2 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. getting one catch for the Eagles in the first half was Fernando Cervantes was Cole Redden getting one catch for 27 yards. Also getting two catches, Andres Lopez for 4 yards. And the big leader in the first half with 3 receptions was the converted quarterback / halfback wide receiver, Logan Youngers. 3 catches, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We'll be back with the second half and more after this.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also as a mobile auto repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
And it is high school football. We are live on AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. Big first half. The Eagles, the Scots, tied at 20 at the half. And kind of like, two middleweights banging it out there. And some big plays, as John pointed out. And just a whole lot of fun in the first half. Well, our game is the only game in town tonight, but tomorrow night there will be action across the board. The Central Spartans will be in San Diego to take on Otay Ranch. Actually, they'll be in Chula Vista. Hopeville at Mountain Empire, so they're not going to make it all the way over the hill. O'Farrell Charter will visit Calexico. Cibola out of Yuma will be in Brawley. And the game on AM 1230 tomorrow night, Imperial and Gila Ridge will tee it up. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva will be live on AM 1230 and live on the YouTube channel. We love it, when either an Imperial game gets moved to a Thursday or one of our games on a Thursday and the other one on a Friday. So we both get to be live on the radio and, give you that action. The Saturday lineup, there's some games on Saturday. Palo Verde will be at San Jacinto Valley Academy and Calipatria at St. Jean-les-Stonac. And, again, those games on Saturday. We've got a second half to play, and John, it's going to be a good one. I got a hunch, and I don't see any major adjustments, but there will be some tweaking going on both sides of the ball.
Well, what the Eagles need to do is, again, try to get the ball to Youngers and also Lillian out there on that flanker screen. That's been very successful. On defense, they need to, as what Ruben Valenzuela, the athletic director, mentions, they just got to stop the long pass plays, either put their safety back a little deeper or, have some kind of contact near the line of scrimmage to keep the player from just running straight down the field. We do expect to see the Scots come out, and perhaps they will try to put a little more of their defense numbers on the side of the field where Logan Youngers is. So if he does happen to get that flanker screen, that they're not out outmanned or outnumbered, they're able to get out there. But actually, that flanker screen was very successful for William Lillian. He ran it too and was able to pick up a big first down.
Well, Lillian, the senior, had some big plays last year, has had some big plays this year. You have a guy like that, he takes pressure off of a few other people, to include Matai Cervantes. You can't just key in on the running game, as Mills has got some good Cole Redden with a big catch as well. We are about 2 minutes away from the second half kickoff, and we will have that coming up.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposal, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Well, we are just about ready for a second half kickoff. The score, 20-20, Southwest and Vincent Memorial. And to those of you who just joined us on AM 1230 KXO, you want to pick up the first half? It's on YouTube. The whole game, for that matter, on our KXO YouTube channel. You can subscribe. It is free. The modern technology, John, and we want to give a salute to Gabe Lemus, because he's had to do some pretty tricky producing and engineering to make the magic happen tonight.
Well, I've had the best definition of my acumen when it comes to the computer world. I'm not computer illiterate. I'm computer stupid.
Well, my phone is smarter than me, so,
It even says so right there on the front.
Yes. Okay, we are getting set for the second half kickoff. The teams are ready. The officials are waiting for the obligatory 3-minute clock runoff. And we're almost there. And as soon as we are there, we will be able to bring you the action.
And it does look like Elias will be kicking off.
And both of the Scott's place kickers have shown they're left-footed. But we know that Elias throws right-handed.
Interesting to find out if he writes with both or if he's right-handed dominant.
Yes. So we're, okay. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, let's play. Now the officials say we can play.
Good crowd across the way. Vincent Memorial has brought their fans tonight. It's good to see them filling up across the way, the stands.
And, especially on a Thursday, because some of us have to get up and go to work tomorrow.
And some of us don't.
Okay, here we go. Kick is low. It is deep. It is fielded at about the 6. Out across the 20, Lillian across the 30, and a nice tackle. Open field tackle there by the Scots, Eric Munoz, and another sophomore.
And Lillian, excellent return all the way out to the 36-yard line, does give the Eagles a good start point here to begin the second half. So we've played a full half, and so far we're still at the same spot we were when the game started. We're tied.
So, just pretend the first half didn't happen, right?
We saw some real fireworks.
1st and 10, Eagles from their own 36-yard line. Matt Mills under center. Matai Cervantes behind him. Logan Younger's in motion. And the handoff is to Cervantes. He has stood up and pushed back and doing the bulk of the pushing for the Scots, Emilio Fimbres, 6'1", 255. Just a little guy.
We can see one adjustment that the Scots have already made, and is what they've done is they've taken their nose tackle, and you just called him out, Claudio Martinez. They're putting him in the gap between the center and the guard. The guard and the tackle instead of between the center and the guard.
2nd and 12. Younger's in motion. On the jet sweep, it is Youngers. He turns it upfield, gets a block, breaks a tackle, struggles out, and will pick up about 8 yards. That's good for a first down all the way out to the 47-yard line.
First down here in the early going, as they do put the ball right at the gain. But I guess they're going. One referee said first down, and they haven't moved the chains yet, but it looks like now they're going to go ahead and move the chains, because he certainly did make the yard to gain. The ball's all the way out on the 46-yard line.
1st and 10. Full house backfield. Under center is Mills. Mills bumps into Olean Underwood, but Underwood stays on his feet and powers for a 9-yard gain out across the 50 to the 45-yard line in Scott territory.
Excellent push by Underwood, and also excellent ball faking as the Eagles are right up on the line of scrimmage after that 9-yard pickup.
2nd and 1. Under center, Mills hands off, and it is Matai Cervantes planted by Fimbres, and he'll lose about 2 yards. He actually ended up 5 yards back, but that's because Fimbres picked him up and carried him back.
Fimbres is a well-known name down in the Calexico, Mexicali area. He's had several of his brothers, uncles, cousins play here for the Scots over the years, and he is just the latest of a long line of very good football players.
It'll be 3rd and 3.
And Cervantes went over to the coach and said, let's not call that play again, please.
I don't want to do that again. I formation, first time we've seen that. And it is Matai Cervantes again. And Matai Cervantes is stacked up by Fimbres again. And he'll lose another yard.
It's like the Eagles are going to go for this. It's 4th down, still that same 3 yards to go.
Lucio Ascaloni helping out Fimbres. 4th and 3. They gave him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. The Eagles are showing they're going to go for it. Now they bring in the punter.
Well, I don't think so. They're in formation that they're going to go ahead and they're going to try for this down or perhaps some kind of long count. But whatever it is, they need to get it off because the play clock is running down.
4th and 3 from the shotgun. Mills under pressure dumps it off. It is complete, and that'll be good for a first down. The pass completed to Andres Lopez. Carry it out to the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
Excellent pitch and catch, and you would expect on a short 3rd or 4th and 3 that they try to run for it, but nice, easy pitch and catch, wide open, and easy conversion keeps the drive going.
Mills under center. Underwood, the single setback. Underwood with the handoff. Underwood will get a yard or two, and then he is brought down on the tackle for the Scots, Juan Carlos Sainz.
Underwood getting his 2nd carry here. Only carried the ball once in the first half.
Picks up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Clock is running. 7:20 to play. It is 20-20 Southwest and Vincent Memorial.
Southwest with a good opening second half drive here.
From the pistol this time, Mills getting chased, dumps the ball off deep downfield. It is caught wide open at the 15-yard line. Was Cole Redden.
That is his second catch in the game, and that's another big one for 20 yards and the third first down in this drive. Eagles now inside the 20, looking to see if they can get a go-ahead touchdown. They led in the game 20-12 right near the end of the first half before that big 96-yard touchdown pass and catch.
Under center is Mills. Mills will hand off the first back through. That's Underwood. Underwood, nothing inside. Turns it outside, and there's even less. Juan Gabriel Martinez with the tackle for a 3-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 13.
But it appears that the Eagles are actually just trying to set up their next pass play coming up. As coming in with that play is William Lillian, bringing it in, letting Matt Mills know what the call is from the sidelines.
2nd and 13, the ball on the 18-yard line. Southwest 20, Vincent 20. We're live on AM 1230, KXO El Centro, California.
Underwood does stay in as the slot back.
Dropping back, Mills firing into the end zone. He's got Lillian open, and Lillian bounces it. Goes through his hands. And incomplete.
First incompleted pass here on this drive as Mills took a big hit from Fimbris right as he let the ball go. Now Mills is coming over to the sidelines to get the call. Lillian has it. He's bringing it out to his quarterback.
The messenger is Andres Lopez. It'll be 3rd and 13. Underwood, single setback. Right beside Mills, rolling to his right. Rolling, looking, getting it away. He's hit and knocked down, but the catch is made by Lopez. Andres Lopez with the catch and the touchdown.
Lopez's first touchdown here on the evening, Carroll, the 4th of the night for the Eagles as they take the opening kick and march right down the field.
So, the adventures of a point after attempt. The Eagles move ahead, 26-20. And it looks like they will go for 2. And they will. Everybody's in tight. Got a big guy in the backfield. And it's a big direct snap on the Wildcat to the big guy. I believe that's Domingo Alcaraz. And Alcaraz from the Wildcat is stopped short of the goal line. So we've got 5:17 to play in the third quarter. Southwest 26 and Vincent 20.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
The Eagles set to kick off, and a relatively short kick, fielded out at the 15, across the 20, looking for some running room across the 30, the 35, the 40, across the midfield stripe, and with a great return on the short kick, Andrew, it was
Carranza.
Roberto Carranza. So Carranza will pick up 40 yards on the return, John.
Right, takes it all the way across midfield. So now Vincent trying to answer back. Southwest came out, marched right down the field, took about 7 minutes off the clock. See if Vincent's going to be able to respond here.
Elias, 6 foot 180. He's a senior. He keeps it on a quarterback option, and he'll cross the 40 down inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line. That run pass option, and he read it right that time, John.
Well, actually, the offense formation set that up. Southwest only had 3 players on the left side of the football, which is the side that Elias ran on. They had all the receivers on their own left side, the defense's right side, and unbalanced defense really cost the Eagles that time.
1st and 10. Scott's trying to answer the Eagles score. Elias under pressure, shakes off one tackler. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown. The pass completed to, I believe, Carranza. Went into the dark zone in the end zone.
Yeah, looks like that was number 22, Carranza.
That was Roberto Carranza. So another long strike for the Scots.
And instead of a grinding out 11-play drive, that one only took 2, Carroll.
We'll have the point after. This is a kick from placement. Snap is direct to Elias. Looking, fires into the end zone, incomplete. That is a design play. On the 2-point conversion, on the kick from placement, they set up and snap it directly to Jacobo Elias. And that time it didn't work. We've got 4:25 to play in the third quarter. Our score, Southwest 26, Vincent 26.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
It's high school football. We are live on KXO El Centro, California. The kickoff. This one's a little bit deeper. It's at the 5, out to the 15 to the 20, turning it upfield across the 30, pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Julian Lopez on the return.
A good return by Lopez. Just caught the ball and ran straight upfield and was pushed out of bounds. Carroll, the game seems to be shaping up to where either it's going to be the last possession is going to be the one that wins it, or there's going to be a big turnover that's going to decide the outcome.
You know, at this point, John, wherever it ends, both teams are going to be reasonably pleased with their performance.
And they're going to be tired because they've both been running up and down this field together.
Yes. And both teams using many two-way players. Mills dumps off the screen to Youngers. It goes incomplete. And one of the reasons it was incomplete was Pablo Zavala was in the middle.
It looked like that Youngers came up a little gimpy. Don't know if somebody fell on his ankle or not.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. The Eagles make some substitutions. Ethan Vasquez goes in. Chance Bermudez goes in.
They need to replace Youngers, but perhaps it is just a cramp as well, as it's very hot down there on the field.
2nd and 10. Mills with a full house backfield. Mills looking for somebody to give it to, and there's nobody, so he eats it, and he'll lose a couple of yards. And in on the tackle with pressure was Juan Carlos Sainz.
And on the sidelines, we're seeing exactly why Youngers didn't make that completion. He cramped up, and actually strong enough in the calf was the cramp that it forced him to the ground, and he wasn't able to get the football. And that's why he immediately hopped up and came to the side. He's getting stretched out now, so that's a good thing. That's not a serious injury. Just an inopportune time to have a cramp hit you.
3rd and 12. Mills under center. Drops back, looking downfield. In the middle of the pocket, fires deep downfield. It goes incomplete. And a lot of contact down the field. Lillian kind of got tied up a little bit with Ricardo Montiel.
It looks like
no harm, no foul.
Looks like we are going to see our first punt here in the second half. But perhaps you're on your own 32-yard line. I doubt if we see a fake. But we've seen stranger things, as back to receive the kick for the Scots is Patricio Carranza. Haven't called his name since the first quarter.
Yeah, but we've called the other Carranza. Low snap, gets away a high short kick. Carranza will let it bounce, and it'll bounce all the way down to the 25-yard line in Scott's territory. They'll put it in play. We're tied 26-all.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
From the shotgun, snap back. Elias chased out of the pocket, shakes off one would-be tackler, stays on his feet, powers his way out across the 30.
We certainly saw that in the first half, where he's surrounded by Eagles and is able to just bust and break his way through. Picked up 5 yards all the way out to the 30, so let's give him 6.
2nd and 4. Elias did that on his own,
as he has done many times tonight. Made plays with his legs, his feet, his arm. He's probably going to sleep very well tonight, as that young man has done all of this while he's also been handling most of the kicking chores.
But, John, I'm getting all tuckered out watching them run up and down the field. Snap back. It is that jet sweep and hit in the backfield and dropped. Great play there by the Eagles. Fernando Cervantes. Cervantes sniffed it out, played his position correctly.
And he brought down the Scots Cervantes. No relation, Joel Cervantes. So they picked up 6, and then they just lost 6.
3rd and 10. Elias. Empty backfield. Trips on the right side, looking downfield again, chased out of the pocket, turns it up, under pressure, gets it off. It is complete to Cervantes, and Cervantes will pick up the first down as he crosses the 40, down to about the 43-yard line. Elias made something out of nothing.
We have timeout on the field because there is a player down, but Southwest may have taken a timeout before.
And we'll take the timeout. 1:23 to play in the third quarter. Our score, Southwest 26, Vincent 26.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill want us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Azza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hiles in El Centro.
Timeout on the field, tending to an injured Eagle. Okay, John, came across this new study out. For decades, some of the NFL wide receivers have said they look better when they wear low numbers compared to the traditional 80 to 89 numbers. Well, scientific research says, yeah, they're right. It's seemingly superficial, but there is something to that. I think it's all in their head, John. Wide receivers in the NFL, yeah, they're a really strange group.
We have the Eagle that was injured, carted off. It looks like, again, maybe a cramp, although I'm not a doctor, so hopefully it's nothing serious.
Didn't you stay at a Holiday Inn one time?
Yes.
Then you're qualified to make the diagnosis. 1st and 10, Scots. The ball on their own 43-yard line. And again, the fake handoff, and it is Elias keeping it. Elias goes up the far sideline, gets hit out of bounds. After he picked up about 18, they'll tack 15 more on.
This is going to put the ball deep into Eagles territory. No sense for that. He was already, he was out of bounds, giving himself up, and then he took a hit. So that will add 15 more to a big run.
We've been relatively penalty-free, John. Early on in the game, there were some procedures. There was an offsetting personal fouls, but for the most part, the officials, to their credit, have let them play.
Yeah, we did have the one series of 3 straight offensive fouls against the Scots when they were down inside the 10, but then they scored from the 11, so it didn't matter.
1st and 10, spotted on the 25. Elias, none the worse for that hit out of bounds. Dumps it off. It is complete in the flat. And the catch there by Alvaro Pereira.
First time we've called Peredia's name tonight. Getting the reception, was able to pick up 4 yards.
It'll be 2nd and 6. The score, 26 all. This probably will be the final play of the third quarter. Elias has Carranza right next to him. Drops back, looking, dumps it off in the flat to Carranza. Stiff arms, one would-be tackler, turns it upfield across the 10, 5, touchdown, but there are 3 flags on the far side of the field. It ain't going to count.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to bring this back. The stiff arm was legal, but then there was a crackback or a clip, push in the back, however they're going to define it. So this will bring up a 2nd down, depending upon where they stop marking it off, because it is a spot foul. It's going to be 2nd and more than 10.
Well, they're going to start at the 17.
And now we're getting the call from J.J. Jackson, the head official. And he called the block in the back, so that's 10 yards back to the 27.
It'll remain 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Which is actually, it's only a 6-yard loss.
And that's the end of the third quarter. So with that, we'll take a timeout and get ready for the fourth quarter. Our score, 26 all.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
It'll be 2nd down and 12. The officials discussing exactly where to put the football.
They have changed fields, so that's why they want to make sure they get the spot right. It should be on the 27, which is right where they put it.
I think I saw Sal Carrillo get out a slide rule to figure out where they should put it. 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12. The Scots with the ball on the Eagle 27. Elias back to pass, chased out of the pocket, scrambles, turns around, gets away. Gets a block, turns it upfield. He'll be dropped on the tackle. Chance Bermudez.
And that will be a sack because he was tackled. No, they're going to call it right at the line of scrimmage. So all of that running around netted no yards, took some time off the clock, brings up 3rd and 12. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They pushed it back on the 32. So, yes, he lost 5 yards on that sack. That is a sack.
Okay. Bermudez with the snack. I'm hungry, John.
Let's see what 3rd and 17 they have in their playbook for this.
You know, they have one. Elias rolling to his right, looking downfield, dumps it off underneath. It is complete to Oscar Garza. Garza will pick up about 7, which means it'll be 4th and 10. Spotted on the 25. If you're thinking field goal, you're looking at a 42-yard plus field goal.
And that's from a team that's had a hard time converting PATs, so we're not going to see a field goal. The Scots are going to go for it.
Yeah, no field goal, no punt.
4 for 4 so far in this half is Elias.
Bring out 2 wide on the right side, the short side.
We've got a timeout by the Scots.
We'll take a timeout as well. We have 10:23 to play in the football game. We're tied at 26 each.
The Central Union High School District says Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
It'll be 4th down and 10. Scots have the ball on the Eagle 25. You want to get the first down.
Carranza in motion.
Looking downfield, has somebody open across the middle, throws underneath, incomplete. And the Eagles will take over on downs. Had the right play, John, had the guy, and couldn't get it to him.
Unfortunately for the Scots, first time to have an incompleted pass after being perfect, but that does turn the ball over. So now the Eagles coming out on their own 25, lots of time left, and we're still tied up at 26.
It'll be Eagles 1st and 10 on their own 25. Matt Mills leading the Eagles. Mills comes out under center. Mills hands off. Underwood with the ball, turns it upfield across the 35, 40, pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Carroll, this one's going to come back. It's almost funny what happened. Fembris was ready to make the tackle, and he just got tackled himself. So that was a pretty easy call because it was right out in the open field. And as Emilio Fembris is laying on the field, he puts both hands up in the air, and then they let him know, yep, they caught it. So that'll make it now 1st and 15. Or excuse me, 1st and 25 after that hold.
Well, let's see.
Make it 20. 1st and 20.
Spotted back on the 15.
It was a pretty good takedown. Because Fembris is a big boy.
And very active. He has been rather disruptive.
And that's one way to keep him in check.
First and 20. Under center, Mills. Chase gets away from one, but can't get away from Fembris. Drops him back at the 5-yard line.
Mills did a very good job of getting away from the initial on-rusher, but then Fembris came in, and there's just no getting away from him.
They spotted on the 6. Need to get out to the 35. So that would be what?
29.
Second and 29.
Second and 29. They've had very good success throwing that flanker screen to either Lilium or to Youngers.
Shuffling people around. Mills from his end zone dumps it off. Youngers, no, it isn't Youngers. It is Cole Redden on that flanker screen, and it is stopped for no gain.
Yeah, the ball was ruled incomplete as there was contact made, and then the player hit the ground. The ball hit the ground. They did not say that he had
short
reception. So now we're going to have third and long. But we did see an adjustment there. The Scots did put the majority of their defensive players to the side of the field where they've been running that play, meaning the Eagles. So not nearly as much free room.
Third and 29. Redden wide on the left side, trips on the right side.
Youngers is back in the game.
Back to pass from his own end zone, firing downfield for Redden. He makes the catch. There is a flag. I believe he was out of bounds on the catch, but I think we're going to have a pass interference.
Yeah, it looks like it might even be offensive pass interference, or as you said, illegal touch because he did catch the ball if he had already gone out of bounds. But we'll have to wait. They're bringing the ball back.
We saw far more contact in several plays earlier without a flag, so we'll wait and see what the call is.
Yeah, they're going to not pick the flag up. The Scots are going to decline the penalty as it is going to be fourth down now, and I'm sure the Eagles will punt.
I think so. With the ball on their own 6-yard line, punting, place kicking has been an adventure.
And it must have been an illegal touch. He must have been out of bounds because if they do accept or they don't take the penalty, that means you get to down again. So now we're kicking. And interesting call, but unfortunately now we're going to have to get a good snap. We've had a couple poor snaps.
Here come the Scots. And the kick is away. High kick. Kind of like in a phone booth, and it takes a Vincent bounce. It'll be down at about the 23-yard line. Intense pressure on Andrew Flores, the punter. He got it away, but it was kind of like in a phone booth.
He did a great job of getting the kickoff as Vincent was coming for the block with the short up man and got it away, but it just went straight up in the air. Very reminiscent of the Bell game kick last year that ended up allowing Central to score the winning touchdown.
Scots will take it first and 10 on the Eagle 22. Handoff, and it is the big guy right up the middle, rips across the 10, down inside the 10 on the run. Roberto Carranza. That is one of the best runs we have seen from the Scots all night, John.
And is what the effect was is the fact that their quarterback, Jacobo Elias, acted like he was going to fake to Carranza and then take it on a sweep around the left. And that's where all the Eagles went, while Carranza had the football going back to the right.
It'll be first and goal from the 9. Elias, empty backfield, has time, fires, and it goes incomplete. Almost picked off as shooting in was Julian Lopez.
It would have been a foot race because if Lopez does make that interception, he's down the sidelines. Probably Elias had the angle on him, but it would have been a foot race. See if he could have taken all the way to the end zone. Let's see now here on second down and 9. Which is
second and goal.
If they try to do some kind of let Elias take it with his legs and feet. Spread wide out.
He's got Carranza next to him, fakes it to Carranza, keeps it on his own and gets it into the end zone. So from 9 yards out, Elias takes it in for the score.
Now we get the always interesting PAT.
We've had how many successful tonight?
Just one by either side for 2.
Okie dokie.
And we'll see if it looks like they are going to go for placement. Elias will be the intended kicker. Let's see if they do another fake like they did last time.
This will be out of the hold of Garza. Snap back. Kick up. Kick is good. Okie dokie. With 8:08 to play, the Vincent Memorial Scots take a 33-26 lead.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
John, it's been one of the more interesting games that we have done over the years. And 2 pretty evenly matched teams.
Gotta love it. It's a very competitive game. Both teams are going deep into the playbook, pulling out plays, a lot of big plays. We've had some very spirited tackling and hitting from both sides. And as Ruben Valenzuela mentioned at halftime, the kids are playing hard, both sides.
High short kick, fielded at the 20, out across the 25, the 30, and thrown down. For the Eagles, it was Cole Redden on the return. A game like this also opens up opportunities, John, as we have noticed. They are going 2 and 3 deep on the with backups, because they're, as you said, up and down the field. So kids
Carroll,
that haven't had a lot of time.
It looks like Youngers is the quarterback now. They have put in Logan Youngers at the quarterback position.
From the pistol, Youngers, it's a Wildcat, will keep it and lunge forward to the 39. He'll pick up 4. And
interesting, it wasn't a Wildcat formation. He had 2 other players in the backfield with him, but he just took a direct snap and headed right upfield.
Yeah, it wasn't going to do anything else with it. Younger stays in at quarterback.
We did not see any kind of an injury issue with Mills as he stands on the sidelines. He looks fine, so this apparently was scripted.
Cervantes and Underwood flank Logan Youngers. And that should be encroachment on the Scots. They came across and the Eagles stood up, which they can do.
So Younger's already making his quarterback. Yeah, and Younger's come across and had to pick up a piece of equipment, but that does show his experience. He had a change in cadence, snap count, and was able to draw the
Mills back in at quarterback. Youngers will typically be lined up in a slot.
As Younger's a great job, not only of getting 4 yards on the first down, but then drawing the other team off sides. So now you're bringing up 2nd and 1, and you can run anything from your playbook here if you want.
Red and wide on the right. Youngers in the slot on the right. Mills back to pass. Mills looking, firing deep downfield for Youngers. Youngers is thrown to the ground, and I don't see a flag. Okay. There was no blood, so you don't throw a flag.
Olean Underwood was back in the backfield protecting, did a nice job of blocking the defensive end who he came in untouched. And that did give Mills time to throw the football. It does bring up now, though, third and short after that.
3rd and 1.
Excellent
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Imperial at Gila Ridge, live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the KXO YouTube channel. Mills from the shotgun. 3rd and 1. Cervantes right next to him. Youngers goes in motion. Handoff it is Cervantes, and he is hit immediately and dropped. Okay, Underwood on the carry. He'll lose 4, and it'll bring up 4th and 5.
Yeah, I'm sure that the Eagles trailing now are going to go for this.
We've got 6 minutes to play in the football game. Vincent leads 33-26. It is a 4th and 5 for the Eagles. The ball on their own 40-yard line.
The way Vincent plays on offense, this is not necessarily that critical of possession because the Eagles are going to get the ball for sure.
Mills back to pass. Mills gets it away downfield, and it'll go incomplete, out of bounds. Lillian, the intended target, and the coverage downfield by Esteban Turner. So the Scots take over on downs. 1st and 10 on their own, on the Eagle 40-yard line.
They are across midfield. They are in Eagle territory again just by holding on that 4th down. And after having an outstanding first half in this second half, Mills is 3 for 10. We'll have all the stats at the conclusion of the game, as we always do.
And again, Imperial at Gila Ridge tomorrow night on AM 1230 on the KXO YouTube channel. Central will be at Otay Ranch, Hopeville at Mountain Empire. Elias, that same play on the run-pass option. He'll keep it. He's across the 30 down to the 28-yard line before he is brought down. On the tackle, Fernando Cervantes and Domingo Alcaraz.
Elias doing it this half with his legs. First half, he had all of those yards passing. We mentioned that at halftime, he had already racked up 239 passing yards. He's not going to get 239 rushing yards, but he's going to break 100 if he hasn't already.
1st and 10. Handoff first back through, and that is Carranza. Carranza gets hit, gets spun around, gets dropped. I think progress will give him about 2 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run, maybe. Give him a 3-yard gain, John.
Carranza was just, again, he just likes to jitterbug around and is very hard to get a hold of and bring down.
He, according to the program, is 5'9", 155. So he's light on his feet.
Low center of gravity.
Under center is Elias. The handoff this time is Carranza. Darts in, darts out, turns it upfield, and will get it down to the 20-yard line, close to the 20-yard line, before he is brought down. Kenneth Urquidez.
And we have timeout by Southwest, stopping the clock.
The clock stops with 4:13 to play. Southwest 33. And, I'm sorry, Vincent 33, Southwest 26.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also has a mobile auto repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
The Vincent Memorial Scots have the footballs. It'll be 3rd and 3. They have a 33-26 lead. They're threatening to stretch that out a little bit more, John.
Yes, the ball's on the 21-yard line. Certainly would expect this to be 4-down territory. Although, did you notice on the last PAT, Elias kicked the ball? It would have been good from about 30 yards out. So he's got a leg.
Elias in the backfield. And Elias will keep it. Nobody is going to touch him. Right up the gut into the end zone, untouched. A 18-yard scramble. Not a scramble. He just saw it open up and went into the end zone. Nobody was even close, John.
Well, they put Carranza in motion to the left, and so everybody took off, meaning the offense of the line of the Scots and the defensive line of the Eagles all took off in that direction, and he just ran counter to that. There was nobody there. It looked like we were going for 2, but now we've got the T, so we'll go for 1 on this one.
Well, one of their extra point plays is a direct snap to Elias. Snap is back, spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. Oh, maybe we found the magic. We've got 4:06 to play in this football game. Vincent Memorial 40, the Southwest Eagles 26.
McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill want us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
The Scots will kick off. Lillian back to receive. But one of the upbacks will get it at about the 18, out to the 20, turning it upfield. And getting some yardage is Julian Lopez. Lopez will bring it all the way out.
We've called Lopez before, so he's getting more and more playing time out there on the field.
Well, in a game like this, you do get more players involved because you got to give the first team a blow.
Mills is out, ready to direct the offense again.
And apparently there was a penalty because they spotted the ball, and now they marched off 15 yards.
It's going to go across midfield all the way down to the 48-yard line.
So. And that would have to be a personal unsportsmanlike conduct against the Scots.
So that does give the Eagles the position across midfield to start in Scott territory.
It'll be 1st and 10, spotted on the Scots 48-yard line.
We've seen some quick score by both sides, so there's certainly the Eagles are not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. They can put 2 scores up quickly.
Matt Mills from the pistol, back to pass, looking, fires downfield, and it is caught. Coming back on the ball is Logan Youngers. Fought off the coverage of Lucio Ascaloni, came back on the ball, made the catch, at the 23-yard line. Okay, John.
25-yard reception for Youngers, his first of this half.
Picture this. Last year, 46-7, Vincent dominated.
Yeah, two different football teams this year.
Underwood is right next to Matt Mills in the backfield. Here come the Scots. They scissor Mills. 3 Scots met at the quarterback, and Mills is still down. Coming in hard, Pablo Zavala, young Mr. Fimbres, and I didn't get the name of that third truck, but Mills is down. Literally, they blitzed, and nobody picked up those 3 guys.
Right. They had, meaning the Eagles had tripped 3 wide out to the right side, and the Scots only had 2 players out there. So Mills did the right thing. He threw it into the area where there should have been an uncovered player, but unfortunately, the 3 receivers had all run their regular routes. They did not see the blitz coming, so they had come across the field. So the ball was just harmlessly fell to the ground, but Mills took a real shot. Hopefully he's sitting up now that he's going to be okay. Logan Youngers is already warming up.
But Mills got up, and then they told him get back down. And they were going to make sure he is thoroughly checked. He's up, and he will put himself in a cart.
He has to come off the field once they stop play for that. So even if he is okay, he does need to come out for at least one play. Meanwhile, Youngers has done a good job of warming up, so he's ready to go.
And it's not like he hasn't been in this position before. With the incompletion, it'll be 2nd and 10.
And have we mentioned, Carroll, that next week the Southwest Eagles will be facing La Quinta, the Blackhawks of La Quinta High School.
You never know what you're going to get. Some years, back in the earlier years, La Quinta was a powerhouse, but they haven't been as good in the last couple of years.
Yeah, they are really down, as is another former power, Cathedral City.
I think there's too many schools in the neighborhood.
They've opened a bunch of them up there.
Youngers at quarterback. Underwood and Cervantes flank him. And taking a play from the Scots book, Youngers tries to run it up the middle and gets nowhere. He'll lose 3. It'll be 3rd and 13. Clock continues to run. We're close to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in this game.
You would like to see a little more sense of urgency from the Eagles. They are trailing by 2, a touchdown here, and then they don't even need an onside kick. They still have 2 timeouts. And Vincent does like to throw the football, regardless of the situation.
Youngers has Underwood right next to him.
Once again, you have triples to the right and only 2 covers.
Youngers rolling to his right, looking, getting chased. He'll turn it upfield and be stopped at about the 20. So he'll pick up, we'll call it 7. And it'll bring up 4th and 6. And yes, they're going to go for it. Youngers gets up a little bit gimpy after that run.
Well, he's another young man that's going to sleep well tonight. He's been out there on the field all night long. And he does have a couple of nice touchdowns. Both of them, he had to run nearly the length of the field.
Inside of 2 minutes, and just now are the Eagles getting the play in.
Brought in by Julian Lopez.
Cervantes limps off the field. Trips on the left side, the wide side. Youngers back to pass. Here they come. Youngers steps up. He'll turn it inside across the 10, the 5, touchdown. Logan Youngers.
His 3rd touchdown of the evening.
With 1 minute and a quarter to play. 1 minute, 25 seconds to play in the game.
And we should get to see an onside kick coming up, I would think.
And I would almost expect a 2-point conversion. They're trailing by 8. So you can try a 2-point conversion here. And if you don't make it, you score one more time and try the 2-point conversion. You've still got the tie. Youngers brings him out. Underwood is right next to him. Cervantes was hobbled a bit. Younger's rolling to his right. He's being chased. He's hit, gets away from one, fires it across the middle. It's complete for the 2-point conversion. And the catch by Julian Lopez. Lopez gets the 2-pointer. And that makes it Vincent 40, Southwest 34. As we've got 1:25 to play in this football game.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Well, I don't know what they do at Southwest or Vincent as far as an onside kick. I do remember in high school, we seldom worked on it. It wasn't one of those things that we spent a lot of time at, but the Scots have a hands team, everybody up close to the midfield stripe.
They certainly expect an onside kick.
I think everybody in town expects that right now.
Andrew Flores is the kicker.
And it is an onside kick. It is covered immediately. And that was Jose Quintana, the senior, who covers the ball, which means the Scots will have it with 1:16 to play and a lead of 6 points, 40-34.
So Southwest now is hoping that the Scots do try to throw a pass. It is incomplete because they can stop the clock twice. So that would bring up, if there's just 2 straight run plays, that'd bring up 3rd down. So if they can hold them here and without an incompleted pass, they still will get the ball back.
Well, watch.
And they're in the
Elias
formation, it looks
yeah,
like.
They.
So
they're running with a full house under backfield with Cervantes and Carranza. Under center is Elias. Hands off. It is Cervantes. Cervantes turns it upfield. He'll pick up 12.
That's a huge 1st down. It does stop the clock, but now Southwest takes their 2nd timeout.
With 1:08 to play, we'll take a timeout. Vincent leads 40-34.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Minute and 68 seconds to play. Vincent with a 40-34 lead. Vincent with the football under center is Kobe Elias. He takes a knee. The clock stopped, but the officials quickly get it started again.
Yeah, it looks like Southwest is going to not use their third and final timeout, because even if they did use that, 3 more snaps, the game's over. So Vincent, when they did get that first down, and now Southwest is taking their timeout. So I guess they decided, let's go ahead and see what happens.
Well, we'll keep it here, John. The Eagles, as I said, last year, 46-7. Vincent dominated. This year, whole different ball game in so many respects. And many of the names that we're calling the players were out here last year.
Yes, but also the other side of that coin is you're looking at Southwest, a school with nearly 2,000. And Vincent, what's their enrollment?
In the neighborhood of 250.
So it's, there's a very large discrepancy. As we see him take the knee again, the clock should start.
But what we are seeing, John, is Southwest playing Division 5. That's not going to last. I know it's early, small sample size, but there's a whole different feeling, a whole different culture.
Right. The clock is moving now, so they will take one more knee, and that will complete the game.
And that's it. That's it. Our game is over. Our final score, Vincent 40, Southwest 34. John's got numbers. He's got his shoes and socks off doing all that counting, and he found that slide rule. So we'll get the numbers coming up.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hiles in El Centro.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
Well, our final score, 6-5. Okay. Well, 6-5. Vincent scored 6 touchdowns. Vincent Memorial with 6 touchdowns. Southwest Eagles with 5. And it actually ended up, 40-34. the Vincent Memorial Scots on top. Tonight being Thursday, we have no other scores to catch up for you, but we can tell you that there is plenty more football coming up this weekend, and it'll start tomorrow night. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva will have the Imperial Gila Ridge game live on AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel. And that game set to get underway at 6:45 pregame show. And it should be a good one. The Imperial Tigers still kind of trying to find their way a little bit, but ready to take on Gila Ridge. Gila Ridge, at one time, the power in Yuma High School football, and not quite as much this year. A little bit of a down year for Gila Ridge, but that typically will not last. The other games tomorrow night, the Central Spartans will travel to Chula Vista. They will take on Otay Ranch. Holtville will go up the hill to Mountain Empire. And it'll be O'Farrell Charter in Calexico to take on the Bulldogs. Cibola will go to Brawley. And then Saturday night, Palo Verde at San Jacinto Valley Academy, Calipatria at St. Jean-les-Donac in Saturday action. So a lot of things going on. We should also point out Saturday got a treat. Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. Butch Taylor's going to eat it up. The Colorado Buffaloes and Nebraska Cornhuskers. Got to go with the Huskers. My granddaughter Emily Ann graduated from University of Nebraska in May, so I got to go with the Huskers. We'll have that game starting at 8:30 Saturday morning on AM 1230 KXO. And Sunday night football, Monday night football, the NFL is back. And we've got all of the primetime games with no blackouts, no buffering. You don't have to subscribe to any other streaming services because we got it all for you. That's the lineup. John working on the numbers, and we'll have them coming up.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
Okay, John Driffill, what do the numbers show?
Well, they show what we saw here tonight, a very entertaining game between two evenly matched sides. Vincent Memorial, the winning side, ended up with the 40-34 victory. On the evening, Vincent ran the ball 23 times from scrimmage for 181 yards. 12 for 24 was Jacobo Elias for 293 yards, giving Vincent 479 total yards, 17 first downs. Elias did throw the one interception that was batted up and picked off by Enrique Torregrosa, who had his first interception of his young career. And now that we've seen the numbers with 17 first downs, let's take a look and see how Vincent did that individually. Getting 13 carries on the night was the quarterback, Jacobo Alias. 13 carries, 134 yards, 10 yards a rush, and 2 touchdowns. Also carrying the football for the Scots was Roberto Carranza 7 times for 31 yards. And Joel Cervantes had 3 carries for 16 yards. The 12 completions were spread out among 5 different players. Oscar Garza had 3 catches for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Miguel Reese, 4 catches, 141 yards, and 1 touchdown. Roberto Carranza, 3 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Joel Cervantes, 1 catch, 19 yards, and also Alvaro Pereira getting 1 catch for 4 yards. On the other side of the football, Southwest, a very respective, not only first half, but complete game of stats. 24 rushes, 54 yards, nothing outstanding there, but 11 for 22 for 279 yards, giving the Eagles 333 total yards. 13 first downs. There was the 1 interception, and that was made by the Scots, Ricardo Montiel. Individually, rushing the football, Manti Cervantes, 9 carries for 5 yards. Logan Younger, 6 carries, 52 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 15 was Matt Mills. He ended up getting sacked 4 times for negative 14 yards. And Olean Underwood had 5 carries for 11 yards. So that's why you had the 54 yards total when Youngers himself had 52, but you throw in the 14-yard sacks. The 11 completions were spread out among 4 different receivers. Cole Redden had 2 catches for 47 yards. Logan Youngers had 4 catches for 165 yards. You already mentioned the 3 touchdowns he was credited with tonight. Also, William Lillian getting 3 catches for 35 yards and a touchdown. And rounding out the stats, Andres Lopez, 3 catches for 32 yards. So all in all, it was a hard-fought, even game. And I do want to give Andres Lopez credit because he had a touchdown as well.
Okay, John. The final score, 40-34. The Vincent Memorial Scots with the win. High school football on AM 1230 KXO, brought to you by Roto-Rooter, serving the Imperial Valley. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. By the Southwest Postal at 4th and Orange in El Centro. Johnny's Burritos, IVC, The Broken Yoke Cafe, CB Stop in Calexico, Sands Auto Body, K Sushi, the Central Union High School District, McNeese Mart, La Fonda Bar and Grill, and by also Oza Mobile Auto Repair in Yuma. Next week, John and I will be at Central. It'll be the Spartans, Granite Hills, another Thursday night game. And you can listen the way we did tonight. We'll start off on YouTube. Stay on YouTube, but join the AM 1230 at the conclusion of our NFL Thursday night matchup. Want to thank Kurt Hoffman for our technical assistance, our producer-engineer doing a marvelous job this evening, Gabe Lemus. For John Driffill, I'm Carroll Buckley. Keep it tuned to AM 1230 KXO El Centro.